Welcome to another edition of Wings Weekly. Jake Line Connect here along with head coach Steve Jennings and a playoff edition. Coach, really strong weekend there in Austin. It's tough to win road games during the regular season. It's even harder to win them in the playoffs, but to win two, that was pretty special to give you guys quite a boost there here in the first round. Friday night, a 4-2 win. Really even first period. They end up scoring a late power play goal, but then a strong second period by you guys and a really strong third period, 4 goals in that third period. And Seamus Campbell with 2 of them from the exact same spot pretty much. Like we talked about Saturday night, it's hard to break down a win like that and even pick it apart or say, well, what worked, what didn't, and so on. But that's what we do here. So Friday's win. What were your thoughts as a staff?
No, I thought we played a really good road game. I mean, honestly, I thought, it was an even start. That first period was back and forth, and, both teams had chances. I think they had a few more than we did, but, I think that's road hockey there. And then that second period, I thought we had a really strong period. We didn't get the result, and so that message to the guys in the room was just stick with it. It's going to pay off. And third period showed us that, right? So it was good, and it was great to see them just stick to it and stay up on top of what we were asking, what we had worked on, and getting that job done.
Well, without a doubt. And, all season long when the Wings and Bruins have met, and it's happened a lot here lately, the special teams has really been key. Of course, you score a power play goal there on Friday night, going 50%, and the penalty kill killed 2 of 3.
And we scored a shorty.
Yes, well, that was Saturday night, but
no, Friday night was a
Friday?
shorty. Yeah, that was
okay.
The extra tackle goal was a shorthanded goal.
Sure. Okay,
it was 6-on-4. Yep.
I was thinking of the Dubois goal on Saturday there, but so again, special teams was really important. Not much of a surprise. What did you like and dislike, or not dislike, but what did you like and what would you like to see tweaked a little bit, or what maybe I should say did you tweak a little bit going into Saturday on the special team side?
Yeah, I think special teams is huge at this time of year, right? And that's playoff hockey. You may be even 5-on-5, and it's all about special teams, right? So, I think for us, I think we challenged their entries pretty well Friday night. Saturday night, they started to break us down. Guys were missing assignments there. I think, the goal we gave up on Saturday was right off of our pre-scout. So those are frustrating there where we show things and they come to happen. And, that's what we need to fix for this weekend for sure. But, overall, I thought, we made some adjustments to the power play on Saturday night. I thought that helped us. And I just think it's going to be playoff time is a lot of wrench turning, right? So it's a lot of put something in and make an adjustment and then adjust to the adjustment. So I think there are some things we have to do on that. Certainly, I think we did a great job blocking shots, especially on the special team side of things, and that's going to be an important part of the playoffs here going forward.
Yeah, Friday night especially, block shots was amazing. Allowing, I think it was 3 in the second period and 2 shots in the third period, or vice versa. But either way, 5 shots between 2 periods. That's saying something. And I mentioned to you guys, I actually talked to the official scorer who was sitting next to me, and I said, hey, that's got to be a clerical error. And he goes, no, it's like you guys are blocking shots like crazy. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Saturday, a 3-2 win. One of the things, it really became kind of a nail biter and a cliffhanger because the third period, they pushed back.
They pushed
strong.
Hard. They pushed really hard on us, and our guys did a good job packing it in and defending. But yeah, we were taking some fire there for sure.
The third period especially, it seemed like it almost became more of a management. Just getting the puck out of the zone, making them reset. They just kept coming back, and you really couldn't form any sort of offensive pressure. And I wanted to ask you if that was kind of by design, if it was sort of like kill the clock, manage the ice, and don't make any mistakes. Don't take risks, don't take chances. Was that sort of the thought process for the?
A little bit, and then we had some breakdowns that made it probably appear more so that way, right? We had some guys that frankly were struggling to get the puck out of the zone, especially in the first half of the third period, guys who typically we rely on to be solid citizens in that category, kind of weren't on their A game for whatever reason, whether they were getting pushed or whatever, and so it got to be, bench management and minimizing risks, and then kind of not panicking when it wasn't working out. And I thought that was a good growth thing for the guys. was tough, right? We weren't getting sustained zone time. For a while, it felt like we were just hemmed into the zone, when we were getting doubled up on shifts and things like that. But the guys did what we've talked about in the past. We've explained what to do in that kind of a situation, and you saw them respond and do what we've asked them to do. Certainly, we want to play a better third period. I think being up and then sitting on a lead is a recipe for disaster, especially at this time of year. Right?
Yeah.
So there is ice management and shift management, but I think that's also where we were actually not executing to the way we want to.
Well, you and I talked actually a little bit about how when you look back at the regular season. Now again, we know that that's in the rearview mirror and all that, but 15 overtime games over the course of the regular season, coming from behind. At least I think 8 or 9 different times that you've come from behind to win. And a game like Friday night when you're down 2 goals, they're feeling it, and it's almost like all of those games that were played through the regular season that we talked about all season long about how it teaches and how you grow from those kinds of games. It was almost like you could see it just, I don't know, I want to say bloom, like right there in front of you. It was right. Like all these seeds that have been planted, bow, here you go. Here's a 4-goal third to win the first game in the first round. Yeah. That's pretty impressive. To kind of, like I said, see it all come to fruition. Yep. And I got to believe that that's a message in this locker room that the guys are going, wow, that's got to build some confidence.
Yeah, I think for sure it's something we talked about, right? Like the regular season, it's about us growing as players and getting together as a team and working through situations and learning how to deal with them. And then, that's an investment, just like going to the gym. Right, you go to the gym every day, you get better, but you're not instantly better, right? It takes time and it pays off, and then all of a sudden you have that thing. And look, we still have growth to do, right? I think that third period Saturday night shows we still have work to do, and we'll continue to do that. But it also shows that we've also mentally learned how to adjust to a game like that and stay in the game and stay in the fight and not think about anything other than what's right in front of us at the moment, right? And I think sometimes the temptation is. To be looking too far ahead or thinking about, what's next, and the only thing that matters is what's now, right? And that's the important thing.
Yeah. Well, you've even used that line before about going. It's like going to the gym. You don't go once and have it. All of a sudden look in the mirror and go, wow, I'm ripped. It takes a while, and then all of a sudden you look in the mirror and go, wow, And like I said, I just feel like that kind of happened over the course of the weekend. But like you said, growth continues. Another thing I wanted to talk about, another thing that you and I talked about, away from the game a little bit, was how sometimes when guys are out of position, it's not for a lack of trying or effort or paying attention or focus or anything like that. It's actually that they're working that hard. They're working almost too hard, I think, is what you had said, or that they're overthinking it a little bit. Did you see any of that on Saturday night? I know on Friday night you kind of mentioned that you could see that our guys they're just working their butts off and they're trying to do the right things, so much so that maybe it needs to be settled down, simplified a little bit. What were your thoughts?
I saw a little bit on Saturday. I didn't see as much on Saturday as Friday, but I think you saw that actually through the weekend for both teams. Yeah. Right. There is such a thing as over tracking. There's over pursuit, right? And that's the whole thing. And I think you look at that power play goal we gave up there in the second period on Saturday. We had 3 guys behind the net in the same pile, right? That was guys trying to put the fire out, but. At the end of the day, like we are into a scrum where we are all working, and then you get a puck that spurts out right onto a kid's stick and it's in the back of the net, right? And so those are the things that you want to kind of mentally take a breath on and look at and try to learn from, because we were at that point. I think that was the pressure of the game there, and I think the guys did a good job of settling down after that and going, okay, let's just take a breath here, and we'll be okay, right? So.
All right. Well, the other Central Division playoff series is now 1-1 with Bismarck and St. Cloud. The game 2 going to a double overtime game, so they basically played two and a half games because of that second overtime going. I think it was almost 6 minutes left of the second overtime where Bismarck won it. So a 1-1 series there. Anchorage has advanced. They have won 3, and they will move on to the next round. You have an opportunity to close out Austin as they come into the building and into town this Friday night. Their backs are against the wall. They're without a doubt, they're making changes and adjustments. As you said, you know, it's a wrench kind of situation where you adjust and then adjust to those adjustments. I think we're going to see a lot of that on Friday night because there is going to be a level of desperation. They know they've got to win a game here. Yep. What do you guys need to do as a team, as a staff, as a whole unit? What do you have to do to secure that win?
Yeah, I think we just need to stay in the moment, right? Thinking beyond Friday night is a problem. And worrying about anything other than just Friday night and your first shift, and then after that your second, and so on, like that's going to be the recipe for us, right? So, playoff hockey, it's about staying in the moment and not getting too far ahead and listening to the what if people and the people who are counting things or whatever. None of that matters. What matters is finding a way to win your shift and win your period, win the game. Kind of that's really what we're after. So for us, it's going to be about getting ready for them. They are going to come in and push, and they're like all of our games this year with them have been, they've been tight games, and I expect nothing different here. And yeah, they're going to come here with their backs against the wall, and they're going to push. And we just need to be ready for that push. And things that we go through on pre-scout that we show and say, here's something we don't want to have happen. That's where we need the guys to stay fully on it. And you have these moments where it falls apart, and they're good about capitalizing on those opportunities. So we need to minimize those opportunities for them.
For sure. Looking forward to a big crowd here at the Odde Center on Friday night. I'm sure. I'm already hearing people. I mean, when we got back to town early Sunday morning, I'm already, hearing people talk about, the Wings winning and looking forward to a playoff game on Friday. I got a feeling it's going to be a great crowd.
I hope it is. I mean, that's what really makes this place so special. Like the community here is so good to the team, and when they're in packed and rocking this place, it is awesome. So
it's interesting to me. I don't know. It just popped into my brain here, but sometimes you can have a lot of people, but you can almost feel like they're not usual hockey fans because like you're not hearing a cheer when the team clears on a kill or things like that, and you kind of look at the crowd and go, they're kind of sitting on their hands. That's not the case for playoff hockey though. Usually they are rabid fans when it comes to and they're up on their feet and going to be loud and boisterous, no doubt. All right, Coach, that's all I've got for you. Congratulations on a great weekend there. Job's not done, as you guys everybody knows, but you got an opportunity to close it out in advance here coming up this weekend. I know you got a lot of work to do, so I'll let you get going. Thanks again, as always, for your time.
All right.
And good luck against Austin.
All right. Thanks, Joey.
All right. We'll continue with our second portion of Wings Weekly coming up after this.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and burgers. There's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times.
Welcome back, folks. Wings Weekly continues, and as usual, a player is joining me, and this time it's Will Gilson, Old Greenwich, Connecticut. We're going to talk about your commitment to Alaska Anchorage here in just a moment, and about some different components of the game and so on. But first of all, I wanted to talk about the weekend's games there in Austin. Huge game. Saturday night, you just kind of almost took things over for about a minute and 10 seconds there, where you're going in and out of the zone. You go in by yourself. Everyone else changes. Oh, Austin's whole team is in there, and they can't. You're skating around, killing time on the kill, obviously, and I was just kind of shocked at how it was like you were a one-man show for a while there. Come out of out through the neutral zone, take it right back over, and go back in, take a shot from the blue line. Doobie's there for the rebound, and you guys score shorthanded. I wanted to tease you a little bit about being an offensive defenseman, but when I watch you skate and stuff, I'm thinking, I don't know. We've had a lot of defensemen that can score goals from the blue line and so on, but I don't know that I've ever seen a defenseman of Aberdeen Wings that carries the puck and skates with it as well as you. What does that, how do I put this? Is that by design? Is that something that you've worked on through your hockey career and something that you kind of take pride in, whatever? Or is it something that just kind of happens in the flow of the game? Or is it something where kind of opportunity presents itself so you take it? Or is it something that you look to do?
It's definitely something I look to do. It's definitely one of my best aspects as a player is my skating. It's funny because when I grew up, I never kind of thought that. And then when I kind of started juniors, That's kind of all I've kind of heard from my coaches about my skating. And so yeah, when I get the opportunity, I'm definitely going to take it. And luckily, Saturday night on the PK, obviously it doesn't happen a lot, but I got the opportunity to kind of skate with the puck and have some space, and we were able to create some plays and obviously Doobie finished it off with a pretty nice goal.
It was huge. Like I said, I was going to kind of tease you about it, but I can't because it's just that,
Yeah.
you just have to admire it. I know Coach Steps kind of likes to give you a little bit of a ribbon about it too, but
Yeah, for sure.
When you see that opportunity, that, and I got to believe that, when other teams are scouting the wings and stuff too, they know that is a distinct possibility that you are going to get in on the play and take shots. What does that mean to have a defensive pairing with somebody, that you've got chemistry with, that knows that that you're going to go down the wall, they're going to stay home or whatever, what does that mean as a defenseman to have a good working relationship?
It's everything. It gives me confidence. I'm sure it gives him confidence as well. I feel like we know where we're going to be on the ice, and as far as reliable two-way defenseman, there's nothing better than Kevin McKay, and yeah, I always know where he's going to be and always can rely on him in key situations. So it obviously gives me confidence, and over the second half of the season, we've really done well.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, as a whole, the team has got to be feeling pretty good because, like I was just talking with Coach, it's not easy to win on the road. It's not easy to win on the road in playoffs, even more so. And to win 2 on the road is not an easy task. So I wanted to ask, and I asked Coach this, but I want to ask you as a player, what do you think was working as a team, as a unit, as everybody? Like, what was the locker room like? What do you feel like you guys did well?
We just finally had everyone buy in. We stayed positive, we stayed confident in our game, and we had everyone doing the little things. If you watch at the end of both games, obviously we were carrying a lead, and the amount of block shots we had, and sticks in lanes, and guys just buying into playing team defense and playing the way we've wanted to play for a while, and 2 60-minute hockey games that we bought in for, so it was a pretty good feeling.
Well, and consistency is something Coach and I have talked about all year, and it definitely seemed like there was more of that over the course of this weekend than we've seen in previous games. And I wanted to probably should point out too, being healthy is a big thing too. To have guys back like Bosse, Walshy, you missed last Saturday here. There's been guys that have been banged up a bit or needed to miss some games. To have everyone available was a big part of it too, it seemed.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, it was a little bit of a perfect storm just there at the end. Last couple weeks, last 2 months, obviously you're going to see a lot more wear and tear on guys, and we had a couple guys go down. But yeah, we got them all back in time, so it was a big boost in the locker room.
Without a doubt. All right, wanted to talk a little bit away from hockey, and this is something. We were kind of before started to film here. We were trying to figure out, when you were on before, if you had already committed or not. But I didn't think that you had. But anyway, I wanted to talk with you about your commitment to Alaska Anchorage. Why them? What made it feel right to you to make that commitment?
It's a really good opportunity, really good coaching staff, and just coaches that believed in my game and had been watching me all year. And they probably were the closest and probably had watched my game the most. So it felt like the right situation, and I felt confident with the way they felt about my game and the opportunity I was going to have there next year.
Excellent. Well, obviously going to play some D1 hockey. But school, obviously, a big part of that too. What do you see yourself doing? What are your plans as far as academically?
Academically, I'm probably going to be a marketing major.
Okay.
Work on the sales side of things.
You can teach Megan a few things.
Yeah, we'll talk to her. But yeah, obviously going to focus a lot on hockey too.
Right on. All right, next question. Last couple of weeks I've asked guys about their time in Aberdeen, and if like Gaff, I asked, do you see any changes in you over the course of the season, and what Aberdeen has done in terms of not only a hockey player but as a person. Because, and I asked this specifically of you because just watching from a distance, I feel like you kind of came out of your shell over this last year. The beginning of the season, kind of a quiet guy, a little bit more reserved and stuff, and definitely as the season went along, became more of a leader, a lot more vocal, and so on. And again, that's just outsider's perspective. Would you agree with that, or was it always there? You were just kind of holding back a little bit at the beginning of the season?
Definitely always there, but obviously that's just what comes out when you got a really good group in the locker room and a really good coaching staff, and when you get comfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously it was always there, but that definitely came out.
I laugh because I hear the coaches sometimes go, "I wouldn't say a word the first 3 weeks. Now he never shuts up."
Yeah, they'll tease and poke about it, but yeah, we have our fun.
All right, you've got a big weekend coming up. You know, an opportunity to advance. You know, like I was just talking with Coach, everybody knows that Austin is going to come in here with their guns blazing, because that's what they've got to do. They cannot, afford to, take a shift off or whatever. How do you guys as a group prepare mentally? Because I know physically, obviously, it's something you've done all year long, whether it's yoga or whatever, off the ice and on the ice, that's one thing. I feel like mentally, though, Game 3 is going to be something that you've got to be ready for, because with a 2-game lead, it's possible that some guys, and I'm not saying in this room, but some people, it might be in the, the human nature to say, oh, we got this, it's wrapped up, But that's not the case. I mean, Austin's going to come in, like I said, with their backs against the wall and ready for a fight, figuratively, not literally. But how do you think as a locker room that you guys have to, how do you stay focused?
It's playoff hockey, so it's completely different. You're not even really thinking about the next game. You're just thinking about the shift in front of you and what's happening in the game at that moment. So, there's no guys in this room that are thinking about Saturday night. We're all thinking about Friday night and what we can do to win. And, we know that they're going to come out to play. They're going to be physical, and they're going to play their game. And we just got to buy in like we did on Friday and Saturday, and we'll be perfectly fine.
Excellent. And I guess sometimes easier said than done. I think sometimes in human nature, it's easy to, like I was saying, kind of almost look past something or whatever. But I do feel like, and coaches mentioned this too, that this locker room isn't one of those situations, and that's you're going to be ready. Now, from a hockey perspective, not just the mentality like we just talked about. What do you guys have to do on the ice? What do you feel like is going to be some keys against this Bruins team?
Just keeping our game simple. We're obviously a really skilled team, and we know that. That's our best aspect, but sometimes when we play our most simple hockey, it brings out the skill in us and makes us make some of the really cool plays that we made this weekend. And a lot of the times when we're playing simple is when we're putting up more goals on the board. So just buying in and staying simple. All
right. Well, Will, that's about all I got for you. I want to say, as I mentioned to Coach, congratulations on a great weekend. The job's not done, as you guys know, and good luck against Austin.
Yep, thank you, Jay. Appreciate it.
Game 3 of the Central Division semifinals against the Austin Bruins happens this Friday at the Odde. Doors open 5:30 on Friday, and the puck hits the ice inside the Odde Ice Center at 7:15. Get your tickets online at tickets.aberdeenwings.com or at the door. You can also get $10 general admission tickets at any Sea Express location in Aberdeen with additional purchase. And if the Wings win, we'll host a Skate with the Wings after the game. A loss will send the series to Game 4, which will also take place at the Odde Ice Center. Doors open at 5:30 with the puck hitting the ice at 7:15. If this game takes place, we'll host Skate with the Wings following Saturday's game. And if, lots of ifs and buts and candy and nuts here, if we move to Game 5, that will be back in Austin on Monday, May 2nd, with a 7:35 p.m. scheduled puck drop. Once again, you can get your tickets for Friday's matchup online, tickets.aberdeenwings.com, at the door game night at any Sea Express in Aberdeen location with purchase. With additional purchase, $50 bar stools seats are available at the Automax Party Deck And Friday's game, call Aaron 605-380-5852 to snag your seat in that Automax party deck. Plus, the small birthday suite is available. Again, call Aaron for details. 2022-23 season tickets are now available. Email Aaron Smith to snag your seats now. Important to note, season ticket holders have until 11 a.m. on Friday to claim their seats for next season. After that, they will be released to the public. Don't forget, Wings Weekly is now a podcast. Find the audio for this season's episodes on Spotify, Stitcher, or iHeartRadio. And for all the latest news and information on the Wings, visit AberdeenWings.com or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Once again, Will Gilson, defenseman extraordinaire, thank you so much, and good luck against Austin.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that'll wrap it up for this week's Wings Weekly.